In Excel, when you're working with formulas, one thing that gets often confused is working with references, and those references being relative references, mixed references, and absolute references. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to focus only on relative and absolute because in the course that you are currently enrolled, those are the two that you will be working with. So as you have learned so far, when you want to create a formula or create a function, you pick the cell for the result. You start with an equal sign, and then you can either select cells to add, or you can choose a function. I am going to use the sum function. So once I started to type it, I can double click it from the drop down, and then I will just select all 4 quarters. So you can see that it is going to find the sum of B5 to E5, and I'm going to press enter. So once I have done it once, I don't have to repeat those steps for the other locations. I can simply hover in the bottom right corner. When you see that thick plus sign, you can either drag your mouse down, or if I double click, it will automatically fill the formula in. Now, when you see the hashtags, that only means that there's not enough room to view the number. So I'm just going to auto fit that real quick. So now you can see the numbers. And I'm going to press Control tilde on my keyboard, and you can see that it changed. When I filled the formula, it changed the formula relative to the row it was going to appear in. So the formula that we started with was changed to show the range B6 to E6, and then B7 to E7, and then B8 to E8, because that is the row it appears in. So that is relative reference. So when you move it or copy it, it is going to update itself to reflect its current position. When you're working with absolute values, this is a little different. So in this particular column, in column G, I want to take how much we've earned, and I want to multiply it by the sales tax and PA, so I know how much needs to be paid. So I'm going to do a basic math operation. I'm going to start with the equal sign. I'm going to select the cell with the total earned, and then I'm going to multiply by the sales tax and press enter. So I can see that last year for location 1, I should have paid $5,758.80 in sales tax. If I autofill that, this is what we get, and here is why. So when we look here, we have F5, which is here, multiplied by J2, which is here. However, when we go to the second one, you can see that it made both relative. So it switched to F6, but it also did J3, and that's not what we want. So what we need to do is we need to go back to this formula. In my formula bar, I'm going to click between the J and the 2, and then I'm going to press F4, or on my keyboard I have to press function F4. I have now made this value absolute. So I'm going to press enter to accept it. So now when I fill that down, it has calculated the tax, and as you look at each of those formulas, I'll expand it again. You can see that it changed the first to be relative to the row we were working with, and the second one had cell J2 locked in, so each of those formulas is only referring to that cell when it's multiplying. I hope this helped you understand absolute values a little better.